Welcome to Her Story Beyond the Sale, the podcast that celebrates the incredible journeys of women in network marketing. I'm your host, Lori Hart, and I'm here to share the empowering stories of women who have risen in this dynamic field. Whether you're taking your first step or scaling new heights, this is your space to learn, grow, and be inspired. Join us as we explore the paths to financial freedom, the joy of working from the comfort of your home, and the power of breaking through barriers. Together, we'll discover how network marketing is more than just a profession. It's a journey to transforming lives. All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Her Story Beyond the Sale. I am so excited, literally so excited today to welcome one of my best friends. I got to meet her 3 years ago in this industry. And I'm going to tell you what, it's probably one of my number one gifts that I've gotten out of the community that I'm around now. My friend Ashley Riddle, she's amazing. She and I became fast friends 3 years ago. We met for the first time in Sedona, Arizona. And I'll never forget, I was a new kid here on the block in this new company here. And Ashley just wanted to just know everything that I knew. And she was so inquisitive. And it was just, she just took you in the second that you met her. And she made you feel like family. But she had been here a little bit longer than I. And it was just probably within the first 10 minutes of knowing her. And you're going to get this feeling too. We were this. And we've been this since day one. And it's just been really amazing. The thing that I admire the most is you're going to hear some accomplishments from somebody, and the things that she's been able to do with network marketing are going to blow you away. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'll never forget, my ex-husband said to me, "Hey, who is that Ashley Riddle girl that's in this company?" And I said, "Oh, she's out in Texas." And he said, "You need to do what she's doing because she is amazing." So Ashley, welcome to my show Beyond the Sale, about your life and about who you are besides selling. Like, you're a selling mogul. So welcome.
Hi.
I'm so happy to have you. You may or may not know us as Frickin' Frack, and we do have like a funny rapport together. But you're gonna, when you get to hear the real story of who Ashley is, how she got involved in this industry, I'm excited for you to hear. So welcome, Ashley. Just tell them a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and just kind of how you got into network marketing. I always want to know, was it the product or the business opportunity that brought you in?
Oh, well, first of all, you're almost making me cry, reminiscing about our friendship, because it has been like, for me too, it's been a gift and like something I never expected when I met you in Sedona. And so it's been nice that we've had each other all these years. But so I am a mom of three. I have a 25-year-old, I have a 17-year-old, 25-year-old's a girl, 17-year-old's a boy, then a 16-year-old boy that is my stepson. I live outside of Houston, Texas. I have been married to my high school sweetheart for the last 3 years, which I reconnected with because of the opportunity that I had in network marketing, which that story could come later. It's actually pretty interesting. I actually joined for the business opportunity. So I was looking for something because I was at the time in a unhappy marriage. Just thought, is this it? I remember waking up on my 43rd birthday and thinking, man, is this it? Like, is this all that I've got? It's not.
This is so good because there's so many women out there feeling that way.
Yeah.
And for you to be able to come live here and share that feeling of what am I going to do now? Where do I go?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's exactly how I felt. And so I remember just looking for something. I didn't know what I was looking for, but I knew I had gone back to work for someone else for the first time in my adult life, and I absolutely hated it. What I've decided is that I am not someone that can work for someone. Yeah. So all of you people that can work for someone, like, I want to hug you, give you a kiss, tell you you are amazing, and you are a way better person than Ashley Riddle is, because that's just, I can't. I'm just not happy doing that. I guess I'm an entrepreneur at heart, you know? Yeah. So I was working for someone else. I was miserable. I was in this miserable marriage. 43rd birthday. I thought, is this it for me? scrolling through Facebook and just thinking, well, I don't know what I'm going to find, but hopefully I'll find something that I can like and that I can support and will make me money and get me out of this situation. Or, God, if that's not your plan, like give me another freaking job, something that I like to do. Okay. So I just kind of like put it in God's hands, and I'm scrolling and I see the company that we're with now and all these women posting about it. And they're like, can I say all this? I guess I can. You can always
You can say what you want, but I can't bleep it out now. But this is we're not companies on this podcast. We're just kind of talking details.
Yeah. So we're not making any income claims here.
No.
So anyway, so I'm seeing all these women that are earning cars and purses, and they're so happy about this product that they're promoting. And I thought, they're so full of it. There's no way. There's no way. And at the time, I'm carrying, like, it's the middle of fall or winter, and I'm carrying a purse that is like 10 years old from TJ Maxx, and it's pink and green, which are spring colors, and doesn't even match my fall outfit. And then I'm driving this car that has 100,000 miles on it. It's like 14 years old. It's a Volkswagen Bug. I don't even know if the thing's going to get me to work or not. It already broke down like several times at work. And so that
you had a Volkswagen Bug. I just have to stop for a second.
I know.
You did not have a Beetle.
I did.
What color? What color was it?
It was black.
Oh, a black Bug? I've never even seen one. All right, sorry to interrupt. So your clothes don't match. Your car's old. You're driving the job.
That was very low point in my life. And you know me, I'm not about things. So that tells you how low it was. Like, I don't care about things, and like it was low.
Yeah.
So I see these women posting about cars, and then they were actually getting purses too for like prizes or whatever, like that they had won. Yeah. So if you reached a certain level, you got like a Louis Vuitton purse. And I remember thinking, I've never owned a freaking Louis Vuitton purse in my life.
Right.
Like here I am. But anyway, so that's honestly, and I hate to say it sometimes because I feel a little superficial, but that's what attracted me. I thought, well, obviously these women are making money, and this is some kind of great vehicle to make money. So I cannot promote something that I haven't tried or I don't know that works, so I'm going to try it. Yeah. And I ordered like a trial pack from someone and didn't tell anyone. And honestly, in my own brain, this talks about how people self-sabotage. I was actually hoping it wouldn't work because I didn't want them to be right. Isn't that dumb? So dumb.
No, it's not. I get the mindset because I see that with a lot of new people that come into this industry. They're so afraid and stricken with fear to make any steps. So you're like, oh, don't work because now what? Now I have to share it.
Yeah, then I got to do something.
Yeah.
Then I got to do something. Yeah. And at the same time too, I think that I was just at such a low point in my life. I didn't think I deserved to be successful either.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's something to talk about because there are so many women. And you and I speak to women every day, but some women have been told nothing good about themselves for 30 years. They've been nothing but the housekeeper, the taxi driver, the bill payer, the food chef. I mean, the organizer for the family. And nobody even says, good job, mom. Or, hey, great. It's more like, well, why did you do that? You left the light on. You didn't load the dish. I mean, stop and really think about that for a minute, Ashley. The life of people. And they go on thinking that that's okay and that's normal. So we see this shiny object on social media or out and about, and we're like, this can't be real. No, people don't live like that.
Yeah. It's exactly what I thought. You know? So anyway, so I get the product in my hands. Like day one, I actually like felt something and loved it and was like, oh, great.
Yeah.
So I took my daughter's college. I was paying for her apartment, which this sounds really bad too. But I don't think I would ever do this now. You know what I mean? Like we're talking 7 years later. I honestly can't believe that I did it. But I guess I had my back up against the wall. Yeah. So I took her rent money and I bought my like promoter pack, With I sold that freaking thing like my hair was on fire, like within a week. And then I went and I replaced the money and bought another one. Replaced that money. And then it just went on from there. And then like 6 months in, I think it's 6 months in, March, April, May, June. Oh, actually 4. 4 months in, I earned the car.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
And
did you have fear? Like, so you get this promoter kit you out, because a lot of women will start and then they just like, okay, I love it, but I don't know. And they get this in this pace where they're not moving. You
yeah.
sold 3 pop, you kept selling with your hair on fire, meaning totally ignorant, totally messy. You didn't know what you were even doing.
Yeah.
You had no fear about what anyone was going to think about you.
No, because you know what I did first
What?
is I mean, I felt great drinking the stuff. Like I had energy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I felt great. I was focusing on how I felt. And then I was like, hey, listen, oh my gosh, there's this income opportunity attached to this thing too. So not only do I feel great, but you can also make money telling people that you feel good and you can help them feel good. And it's just going to like spiral. And so I'm like calling all my friends and texting them, and they're like, well, of course I want in. Like, were you stupid, Ashley? Like, yeah. Can you send me your link? Oh, hold on. Let me find out what it is.
You don't even know. So being a busy mom at this point, you've got 2 children. One's in college, one's home. Now, Lane must have been about 10, if I'm doing my math right, because he's 17.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been about 7 years. And you worked a full-time job and you're in an unhappy marriage. How did you find time to do this?
So I did it on my lunch break every day, so an hour. And then a lot of times I would get up, a little bit earlier, maybe like 15, 20 minutes earlier, and work it then. And then when I got home, got dinner made, got my kids to bed, all the things, I'd work it for maybe like 30 more minutes.
Yeah.
So
are you somebody who is proactive when it comes to that? Are you good at time management? Do you have any special skills? Like, how did you make sure that happened? And can you honestly tell somebody, or do you feel in your heart that this can be worked in the nooks and crannies of your day? Because you hear that a lot in network marketing. Your friend's going to say, oh, girl, you don't need any time. You can work this in the nooks and crannies of your day. You did that. I mean, you grew a 6-figure in 6 nooks and crannies.
Yeah, you can if you have discipline. And like, which I know it can be annoying because you know me, but it can be annoying for some people. I'm very big on like time management and time blocking, And so like if I'm doing one task, like I'm not going to look at my phone and see what other messages are coming through. Like I'm going to complete that task,
Yeah.
And like my family now, I have a whole new family. They know if it's an emergency, like we have codes, like how to get a hold of mom and the wife and all the things, Wow.
That's a really good tip.
It is, because otherwise you're not getting anything done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because every time you stop when you're doing something and you stop doing it to do one thing, it takes you like double the time because you got to get back into the thing that you were doing.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And like, so I gave up the lunch breaks that you go with your friends to eat, like your coworkers at work, and they used to say to me all the time, oh, we know you're just building that empire. And I'm like, you bet you know what I am.
Yeah.
And so I did. Like I took my lunch, I would go put myself in a quiet place. I put myself in my car, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And I worked for an hour, and then like I had 2 15-minute breaks a day too. And like, so during the day, if I had some messages that came in while I'm working, I would use my 15-minute break to follow up on those.
Yeah.
And I did what I call income producing activity, which this works for no matter what business you're in, because I cut all the fluff out.
Yeah.
So if it was not me posting, following up, private messaging people, like I didn't do it. You can get stuck on all these calls, all these mindset trainings, all the things which are important. Okay. But you need to, if you're trying to get from A to C very quickly, you need to cut all that fluff out and just do what actually makes you money.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a system. That's basically a system.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think with anything, if you have a system that you can plug in and follow, you're good to go. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're looking for a company or you're deciding on a company, that's one thing I would make sure that they did have was a plug and go system, because if not, you're spinning your wheels. And something else that you just said, Ashley, that I thought was so important is a lot of times people think they're spending so many hours on one of these things. However, it's all the fluff.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, you're
Well,
you're kind
I remember people started the same time as me and they're like, well, how are you so successful so fast? And I said, okay, well, tell me what's your day look like? Let
yeah.
me see what your income producing activities are.
Mhm.
Well, I listened to 5 hours of mindset training.
Right.
What? What?
Yes. No.
Did they pay
No.
you to listen to that?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Okay, no, then
Yeah.
no, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Mindset training's super important. Okay, don't get me wrong, but listen to that while you're driving, where you can't follow up with people or you can't text. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Listen to that instead of watching your Netflix movie. Like,
Yeah.
be smart. You
Yeah.
know.
Do you do a lot of personal development to get that exterior where the nose don't bother you? Are you somebody that does a lot of that mindset training?
In I have in the past because I mean I've been in like sales and marketing for 25 years off and on, and so I have in the past. And then now, if I do it in the car instead of
Yeah.
listening to music,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
I do the same thing. I
Yeah.
like to listen.
You
Yeah.
have a choice. Like you can listen to music or you can listen to a podcast that's going to help develop your business. So I
Right.
choose the podcast.
Yep. And let's talk events, because speaking of the mindset training, events are one of my favorite things to do just
Mhm.
because I love getting around people. I love being around people that I'm working with. I love being around even small events. I'd say small events are my favorite, those little masterminds where
Mhm.
there's 6, 7, 8 people and you're just really, learning from each other, like what's working, what's not, because in network marketing is the same as any industry. You've got to pivot and change things out. So
Mhm.
let me ask you, are you a fan of large events, small events? Do you like to go to them? Do you bring your team along? What have you gotten out of events over the last 7 years?
So I like events. I'm going to tell you something too, kind of like what we were talking before with like time management and stuff, because I don't want people that are new in the industry to like beat themselves up,
Yeah.
So if you're back when I worked for someone else and maybe I only had 2 weeks a year vacation,
Mhm.
some people only have a week.
Yeah.
So honestly, during that period of time, I probably made one event a year because I had to spend time with my family,
Yeah.
do a family vacation, all those
Yeah.
things. So if you're someone that is working like the 9 to 5 and you're feeling just like torn and, I can't do several events a year, like don't beat yourself up, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Do what you can, do what works for you and your family. Like, don't quit over it because
Yeah.
I've seen people that quit over it.
Oh,
Because,
okay.
yeah, because they feel like if they don't attend all these events, they're a failure,
Yeah.
and they get in their mind.
Yeah.
And so, like, don't let it be something that you quit over.
Yeah.
You have to remember why you're here. You're here to help people. You're here to sign up people,
Mhm.
and everything else is extra. So, but in the position that I'm in now, and I can go to events. Yes, I love events, and my teammates that can make it work and go to events. I'm like, heck yes,
Yeah.
because it just keeps you plugged into a community, and it also reminds you of why you do what you do. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because you're around, several thousand people, or if you're at a small event, you're with, a smaller amount of people. And then probably my favorite thing from those events are the ideas that I always come away with, because I
Yeah.
love to talk ideas.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, probably smaller events are my thing because I
Yeah.
get to talk more individually with people and say,
Mhm.
hey, what are you doing? Just like I did with you. I picked your freaking brain where you're like, what?
No, I was just a little taken back because I'm like, you're the big wig here, not me. And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, can you train my team and get on here and say what you just said? And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, what did I just say? And you're like, I don't know, just say it again. And you
Yeah.
got the camera on my face, and it was fun. It was fun. We had so much fun, and that was a good session of picking each other's brain. I really enjoyed that. That was back when I first started. Again, we were in a small house with probably 8 or 9 people, and it was the
Mhm.
best, one of my favorite and most memorable. But not only that, each one that we've gone to, we've come away with something,
Yeah.
an idea. Remember you and I started that Morning Millionaires Club? Like it was like
Mm-hmm.
2 a.m. Morning Millionaire. Like we always are doing something, which is what?
God about that. We need
Yeah.
to do that again.
I still do it at 8:45 a.m. Okay. So you're welcome to join me. All right. So and this is another good pivot into towards the end of what we're creating together now. But
Mhm.
as you can see, we've become great friends, and this industry has done so much for both of us. We're both of us are able to, without making income statements, but we have cars that are paid for by our company, the money beyond what you would think, and just without making. It's very important when you're in network marketing. You don't want to talk income statements. Every company has a different comp plan. And so I don't love a company that's all flashy, flashy, flashy anyway. Like,
Mhm.
oh, I make all this money over here and I'm driving this Porsche here and I live in this big house. We don't talk like that in our company, but I do think it's very important for people to know, Ashley, that you can make money in network marketing. It's not one of those things that people think that they compare it to, like an Avon, which I'm sure in Avon people make money if they work and they work hard and they're consistent and they don't quit. I'm sure they have a, but people often don't realize, because when I have someone new coming in and I let them know, well, you can make that. So and so makes this. They're like, what? They had
Mhm.
no idea that you can make 5-6 figures a month in a
Mhm.
month in your
Mhm.
pocket, right?
Mhm.
So I'd love you to share the story, or I'd love you to share a couple things. Tell them your um, favorite moment that you can remember in this company, and just some of the things you've been able to gift your family because of them giving you the time to grow this, because I think your story is extraordinary. I mean, going from divorce, unhappy marriage, to a job that you couldn't stand to, I mean, just Kenzie's story alone is always so inspiring to me.
Yeah. I'm trying to think favorite moment. There's been
It
so
might be,
many.
yeah, it might be a favorite moment, but something you're proud of. You're proud of.
Yeah. Wow. I'm gonna have
In
to come
7
back to
years,
that. I'm already getting like teary eyed thinking about it because there's
I
been
know,
so many. There's
I
been so
know.
many.
Yeah,
I'll come back to that question because I want to think about, which one, because there's been, like I said, tons. But I think probably my biggest accomplishment with the company,
yeah,
what, I mean, gosh, wow. I'm
yeah,
trying to not cry.
yeah,
The first thing first was that I was able to leave that unhappy marriage. So I had choice.
yeah,
I went from having no power
yeah.
and no choice to having a choice,
This
which
is
is
so good.
huge. That's why I want to cry because there's so women. That's why I'm so into women and women in business, because
Yeah,
there's so many women out there that feel stuck
yeah,
and they don't know. Like, had I not been scrolling Facebook and seeing that post, my life could be totally different,
yeah, yeah,
And I just remember that awful, awful, awful feeling of feeling stuck. So my biggest accomplishment would for sure be that, to get unstuck.
yeah,
Second biggest accomplishment was, earning the first car for the first time,
yeah.
which I was able to pass on to my son,
Love it.
100% debt free when he turned 16.
Mhm,
And then I was able to get a new one paid for by the company.
mhm.
So second biggest accomplishment was I was able, or third, we're on third now, was I was able to send my daughter to the college of her choice. She graduated debt free. I was able to do that as a single mom, based solely on the income that I produce, like with this company. And fourth, these are in no particular order. If my
Yeah.
husband watches this.
Oh yeah, yeah. We didn't even tell the Johnny story. I mean, I just always been so inspired by the things that you've been able to do, like your daughter graduating debt free. I mean, my daughter's in college now, and I just know how stressful that is on any parent. So that is a gift in itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's huge,
And then
huge.
number four
And
would
the
be,
car thing for the
yeah,
kid.
your kid a
Like,
car.
yeah, that's huge too, that like we only had to give one kid a car,
Yeah,
like the other kid, I mean, he got a car, but like, do you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have
yes,
to, they're basically like twins. So we didn't have to be like, oh, we have to go buy two cars now.
exactly. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
That's
yeah,
That's a big gift. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So then my husband, that's when I was saying like no particular order. We actually ended up I reconnected with him. I dated him in high school. He saw that I was promoting ketones. He messaged me and said, "Hey, my fat, you know what, needs to lose some libs. Tell me about these ketones." So I did. So anyway, he's lost 120 pounds. We reconnected over that. And
Amazing.
then we got married in 2020.
Yeah.
So isn't
That's
that
awesome.
crazy? Like if you really think about it, like wow. Like I'm scrolling Facebook.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
drink this drink.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get a new husband. I
Yeah.
get 2 cars. I get divorced. I send my kid to college. Like it's a lot,
Yeah.
you know?
And it's all because you said yes to it.
Yeah.
Something.
Oh,
You know?
and I was able to buy, forgot about that too. I was able for the first time ever to buy a home in my own name, just like
Wow.
Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
I forgot.
going from an unhappy, and there's so many of you listening right now that are just unhappy and stuck, and you're so afraid to take a chance on yourself. Would you say you've grown so much more as a woman and a person because of you wouldn't have probably done self-development?
Well,
You
I
weren't.
did some. I did do some before, just
Yeah.
like because I said, I had like as of now, I've had 25 years sales and marketing. So I did have some, but to be honest, I was so beat down
Yeah.
that it kind of had gone out the window. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So first, what was the excitement that got me going? The excitement of what could be. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the self-development came after that,
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
It's funny as I sit here and listen to you talk. We've known each other 3 years now, and literally 3 years, literally to this day, I want to say, because
yeah.
it was Craig's birthday right around when I was in Sedona, and I guarantee you it's probably the day.
Yeah.
But you and I have traveled together now. I can't even count how many times.
We have so many good pictures.
Between Mexico and Bahamas. I mean, just Texas. I've been to Texas. You've been to Boston. Like we have
Yeah.
traveled. So we've done so much together. We've been in Arizona together, Kentucky together, like all over. It's just crazy. So network marketing can really be anything you want it to be. And this has already been 30 minutes. I can't even believe it. I could ask you so many more questions. I'm going to ask you one more question though, and then I'm going to pivot it. What would you tell that woman right now that's like, I know what you tell her, but I want them to hear from you. Talk to them directly, Ashley, about if they say no, or if they say yes, what is the toss up there?
I think you just do it, because the worst case is you're going to fail. That's how I looked at it. Like the worst case is you say yes and you fail and you're right where you are now anyway.
Yeah.
If you say no, you don't even have a chance and you're right where you are anyway.
That's
you see
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you say yes, maybe you got a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think that anybody can do this business?
I feel like yes, with consistency, if you don't give up. So with anything, if you're consistent over time and you do not give up, you will be successful. And if you're doing the right activities. So if you're doing income producing activities.
Right.
I
I always say anybody could do it. It's not for everybody, but anybody can do it if they do what Ashley just said. You stay consistent, you don't quit, and you do the right activity. You have the right leader, the right coach, right? Been able to primarily build your business, would you say, solely on social media?
Absolutely. Yes, because I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
So when I started, I had 200 Facebook friends, no real clue how to even use Facebook, but I just learned along the way and built my business. I would say 98% is from social media.
Yeah. And so pivoting into that, I would say that for the last 3 years, I've been in network marketing, 20 years. I don't even know. I was 27 years old when I found it, and I am 51 this year. So however long it is, I'm giving out my secrets. I'm 51 in April. But I would tell you that I grew this business of mine in the last 3 years to almost 100,000 followers on both platforms, solely 98% online as well. So Ashley and I have learned a lot. Between us, we have over 10, 12 years of online building,
Mhm.
and we're really smart when it comes to that. So we've decided to even pivot into another venture together, which we're really excited about. Ignite Media literally is being born before your eyes. And it all came from a couple of girls, a couple of moms that know what it's like to have the online business and know what it's like to really show up online and have people get to know, like, and trust you without having to meet them in person. And
Mhm.
that's with any small business. You realize that, right? Like,
Mhm.
literally, you do business with people you like, not people you don't like. You do business with people you know, not people you don't know. But if
Mhm.
someone's just looking, it's not, the days are gone of looking somebody up on the yellow pages. They're just gone. They're gone.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
get to know somebody through online ventures, media. So yeah, we're really excited to bring Ignite Media to you, no matter what business you're in, network marketing, or I don't know, real estate, anything,
Hairdressers.
hairdressers, boutique owners, small boutique owners, roofers, electricians, loan officers. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many small businesses out there. People actually buy you. They're
Yeah.
looking for you. So come to us. We have a page all set up, Ignite Media. We're online. I'm going to try to drop them in the show notes here, and we're happy to help you with any small business need. We're excited to bring this to the market and just help you smash your business as we have online. So
Mhm.
we believe in you.
Yes, I agree. Well, and last thing I wanted to say before we sign off is the whole reason that we decided to do this is because there are so many entrepreneurs and so many people in other companies that maybe don't have the training and skill set and things that we have,
Yeah.
or support. And so we want to be that for you,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. We want to help you figure out your brand, find your brand, show up as your brand, become your brand, and just see what that does for your business, your family, your life, because we've been so blessed
Mhm.
doing this online. So yeah, we're glad to help you. So any last minute word for anybody out there thinking about joining? I know you said just do it. But any last thoughts before I end the recording?
No, just do it.
No, just do it. Just do it. And if you need help,
We're
here.
here. We're here to help you. We would love to help you. So,
All right. Well, thank you, Ashley, so much. I always love having you here. It just feels like we're sitting in the kitchen having a cup of coffee together and chatting. And I love to see your smiling face. You guys, thank you so much for joining my podcast again this week. Ignite your story, ignite your business. We are here beyond the brand. We love you all very much. Take care. Have a great day, everybody.
bye.
Thank you for joining us on Her Story Beyond the Sale. I'm Lori Hart, and it has been a pleasure bringing you the stories that light the way in network marketing. Remember, this journey is about breaking free from the glass ceiling, creating time, embracing financial independence, and building a life that resonates with your dreams. Do not let fear hold you back. Your story is waiting to be written. Until next time, keep rising, keep inspiring, and keep creating your story in the world of network marketing.